Hello and welcome to Khelo Dimaag say presented to you by Dream 11. We've done this episode for fantasy cricket all through the tournament for various games. As we started the program, just KKR have won the toss and they're going to be bowling first. I'm pretty interested in what sort of lineup KKR are going to be putting out because I don't see them changing 10 out of their last game's 11. I personally thought Andre Russell might be fit and Shakib Al Hassan might miss out for Andre Russell, and I think we'll have to wait and see on that. And even for CSK, I would have thought Bravo and Ingidi is a spot that they might consider. But KKR winning the toss is big news. Over the last 10 days, a week to 10 days, all the grounds have had dew, especially after 7:30 here local at Dubai time. The grounds have had some dew, so that is a factor to be considered because the last game DC played KKR at Sharjah. Yes, the venue was Sharjah, but wicket looked chalk and cheese from the first innings to the second innings. It was completely a different pitch on which Shubman and Venkatesh Iyer started compared to what DC had to start with, and that was the only reason for that was the dew and nothing else. Sometimes a lot of people end up asking questions on why dew? I mean, what is the problem? Why can't you control dew? Can't we practice bowling with a wet ball or something like that? The problem with practicing to bowl with a wet ball is not so much the accuracy, but it is the nature and the condition of the ball, right? So, for example, I happen to give you, a tennis ball. A tennis ball, I soak it in water, and I give it to you. And if you have to bowl on a sandy pitch, let's say the pitch is completely, made of clay and it's sand, it won't have much of an effect. Yes, the odd ball might skid through and the odd ball might stop. But if I ask you to bowl it on a concrete, a well laid out, even surface, the ball will keep coming onto the bat at one speed. The only difference that it might create is with the height of the bowlers, where the bounce might vary, but every bowler that bowls the ball will hit the bat at the same height and same speed. So that's why it makes it difficult to bowl with a dewy ball, with a wet ball. It's not so much about the conditions, it's just that the ball, how much ever you bowl, if you take the pace off, it will still skid onto the bat. So that is why it is challenging. Sometimes those are facets of the game that make it completely artificial. So to say, I compared it with hockey some time ago. In the earlier days, India and Pakistan and all those teams used to be amazing at hockey, and then the surface changed to artificial. And similarly, when there is dew, most of those skill sets of the bowlers tend to disappear. And KKR would be pleased as punch to win this toss. I'm still waiting on the lineups. Let's just discuss briefly on what sort of points players have gathered. So as I'm talking, I think it's stock standard when it comes to CSK and KKR with their batting a little bit. Let's see how many points they've gathered. So we can't leave Rituraj Gaikwad out. We can't leave Faf du Plessis out because Faf du Plessis has been on fire this season against KKR. He got a 95 odd at the Wankhede Stadium, which was a high scoring game. CSK got 220. KKR were in trouble. They lost 3-4 wickets in the power play. And then Andre Russell, Pat Cummins, all of them, barged them back into the contest. So that was the game that happened at the Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai. When the other game, the reverse fixture happened at Abu Dhabi, KKR on a slowish surface batted first, made 170 odd, and it looked like CSK will kind of find it difficult because the pitches were okay. There you go. The news is coming. Both teams are unchanged. It is not happening. Neither Lungi Ingidi is coming in, nor is Shakib Al Hassan going out. So none of that is happening. So that makes it really easy to make the team today. Like I said, Faf du Plessis and Rituraj Gaikwad are a must. So I will be screen sharing some of the points that have been gathered by the players. And before I get to my lineup, I would like to start with the bowlers first. The bowlers, Varun Chakravarti has gathered a high quality 648 points. I'm just coming through the screen. He's got a 648 points. Shardul Thakur is second on the list. He's got 579 points. Lockie Ferguson has got 441 points. Deepak Chahar, who had a great performance against KKR the last time they faced, has also got a fair few wickets and he's on 468 points. He becomes an almost mandatory fixture for CSK in this game, I think, because with the Indian top order, I don't know how he's going to go against Venkatesh Iyer. That's a new sort of a matchup that we'll have to wait and watch. But I'm making one small change here. I'm going to leave. It's a big call, but I'm going to leave Locky. Sorry, I'm going to leave Shivam Mavi out and add Shardul Thakur in the side. That's the one change that I made. I made a side before the 11 was announced, but I just felt coming to a crucial game, like captains don't want to change. I also shouldn't change. Shardul Thakur is second on the list of number of points gathered by bowlers in this particular competition, and I think that carries for something. He bowls in the death, he bowls those tough overs, so that gathers for something. And my two all-rounders for the day, the points will be displayed yet again. It is quite a tough call. Ravindra Jadeja has got 825 whopping points, and that's not easy to leave out. But I do not have choices. You can keep your questions coming in, whichever language it is. I'll respond to it in that language if you have any doubts or if you're going to say your team is wrong or something. So Andre Russell has got 600. He's out. I have to leave Ravindra Jadeja out because of the number of left-handers that KKR will stack against him to go after him. So I don't think Jadeja might complete his 4 overs today. In all, that is what I think. But the last time at Abu Dhabi, he completed his 4 overs. He even made runs with the bat, and that time I did have him in my side, and he created a difference for me. So this particular game, I am tempted to leave Jadeja out. I'm going to revisit that again in a bit because it's my last minute hunch. Faf du Plessis, now going on to the batsman, Faf du Plessis is a fix. Rituraj Gaikwad is a fix. They both have fetched 900 and 800, 900 and 868 points respectively. Rahul Tripathi is the next batsman. He's fetched 644 points. Shubman Gill is again fetched 645 points. And with what MS Dhoni will meet out, I think he will kind of use the right bowlers against Nitish Rana. So that was the only other temptation to see whether it was Nitish Rana or Shubman Gill, but I had to go with Shubman Gill. That is a no-brainer. The other all-rounder I missed to say was Venkatesh Iyer. He's a fix. He bats at the top of the order, might bowl a few overs if CSK use the left-handers against Shakib today. The wicket keeper is the tricky call today. All right. Uh, so moving on to the wicket keeper, the tricky call is that there aren't any top order wicket keeping batsmen that you find you find in other teams. For example, Kings 11, you've got KL Rahul and so on and so forth. And today KKR is going to be chasing again, and CSK will be batting first, which gives me the option to go to Dinesh Karthik or MS Dhoni. So I will stick with Dinesh Karthik here, simply not because I think MS Dhoni might not bat a lot, and I also expect KKR to be really smart because they've got their tactics most often than not right or wrong. They've got it. They've got it. I must say they've got it bang on in terms of their strategy. So I'm pretty sure that Dinesh will get a go and he will bat to sandwich those left-handers because there is a battalion of left-handers who come in. So I think he will come in. So, in terms of displaying the team, I'm just going to take a look. My initial combination was one wicket keeper, four batters, two all rounders, and four bowlers. That makes it zero credits for me. It's almost evenly balanced. My only question here is whether should I go for Ravindra Jadeja or not. Keeping that in mind, I'm going to try a few combinations. I'm not sure if it's going to work, but I'm going to try. Uh, to see if I can fit him in. So here you go. I do not have very many options. I don't seem to be able to fit Jadeja in, but Jadeja has got runs against KKR, and they don't have many left-handers. Would they be sending Jadeja up? So okay, I do not have a choice, so I will be sticking with the same combination. So my combination sits like this: one wicket keeper, four batsmen, two all-rounders, and four bowlers. So my team coming out. Just as I read, I will be sending you the team. The screenshot of the team will be coming up very, very shortly. And this is how the team looks. So I'm going to read out and I'll probably also send a screenshot of the team very, very shortly, and you will get a feed of it. And if you have any questions to ask, please feel free to ask those questions, and I will be answering the questions. And today is one of those days where I'm competing with some of my friends as well. I don't know how that's going to go. So I'm going to generally I've had a decent record, not a bad or a great one, but a decent record. So my team sits like this. Dinesh Karthik will be my keeper. My four batters will be Faf du Plessis, Rahul Tripathi, Shubman Gill, and Rituraj Gaikwad. Sunil Narayan and Venkatesh Iyer will form my all-rounders. My bowlers are Deepak Chahar, Shardul Thakur, Lockie Ferguson, and Varun Chakravarti. It's not a very tough call. Most of the fantasy players will make this call. They will have to make Faf du Plessis or Rituraj Gaikwad either captain or vice captain. I've gone with Venkatesh Iyer as my vice captain because they will chase and there will be some due. And he's in really good form. The time is with him, so I think I would make him my vice captain. And Faf du Plessis will be my captain. The last game CSK played against DC at Dubai, Faf didn't make runs. But when it comes to KKR, he's been reasonably successful. So, and also the previous game against Kings 11, Punjab Kings, he got about 70, 80 runs and he got out only towards the end. So I think Faf will try to anchor the innings, and and Rituraj will go after their spinners. In fact, there was a sort of a confusion for me whether I should go for Ravindra Jadeja or not, leaving maybe Varun Chakravarti out, or maybe leaving Sunil Narayan, and a combination of all those players out. But the problem with that, is that Rituraj Gaikwad, tends to play spin very well. So Sunil Narayan might not be used in the power play. That they did try the last time, and Rituraj got after Sunil Narayan a bit, and KKR's plans of defending 170 went a bit haywire. So I expect Sunil Narayan to bowl at the back end. And the last time I actually lost a fantasy game was when I missed Sunil Narayan, because I thought Sunil Narayan wasn't getting those wickets. He was bowling in the middle. And suddenly that game against RCB, Sunil Narayan bowled after 10 overs. And somebody picked Sunil Narayan and even made him vice captain. And that was, I probably missed a trick there. If Sunil Narayan bowls, see, I think picking players are purely for points. When it comes to bowlers, it's not only about who picks wickets and who doesn't. It's about where a particular bowler is going to bowl. And those strategies are very, very important. Where a captain uses a bowler will fetch him wickets, or he might go without wickets. So Sunil Narayan bowling after 10 overs, which I think will happen again here with the matchups. He had a lovely last over as well against CSK. So that I think will force Ian Morgan to use Sunil Narayan at the back half. I expect Shakib Al Hasan to open the bowling. Again, like how, because there are two right-handers at the top, I think he will open the bowling, trying to get a couple of overs away. If things don't work, then Venkatesh Iyer will bowl a couple of overs. That's how they will approach this. Maybe an over from Shivam Mavi, Lockie Ferguson 1 or 2 overs, and Varun Chakravarti to bowl 1 over. This is exactly how I see this power play of KKR going as the game is about to start. So keep all these things in mind. Like I said, Shivam Mavi maybe 1 over, otherwise Shakib to bowl 2, Lockie to bowl 2, and Varun Chakravarti to bowl maybe 1. I'm not entirely sure if Sunil Narayan will bowl, but even if he does, at the most, he'll bowl 1 over at the top, and he will bowl at the back half to complete. I expect Varun Chakravarti to go through the middle, and Varun and Sunil Narayan will try to bottle up that middle order. Morgan will wait to get a breakthrough before he brings his spinners on. He will want Varun and Sunil Narayan to be going at the CSK middle order, and that's going to be the passage of play. If CSK make 180 plus on this game, batting first, I think they've got a great chance. Otherwise, KKR in with a lovely chance. I think it's KKR spinners versus how much CSK's batters don't lose wickets until the it's the spinners come on. So it's going to be an exciting battle all in all. And if you've got questions, I will take a few questions on this. If you're making your team, do remember this. This is what I've made, but you do please go with your instinct and hunch. So do not miss out. Okay, there is a question. Instead of Varun Chakravarti, why didn't you pick Shivam Mavi, as spinners have taken very less wickets on this ground? Okay, so that's an interesting question. See, I actually had Shivam Mavi instead of Shardul Thakur picked. But now I do feel that Shardul Thakur has fetched so many points through the series, and Shivam Mavi has done well at Sharjah, right? Sharjah is a ground where the bounce has been very less, and Shivam Mavi is a shorter bowler, so he skids it on to the batter, which makes a bit of a difference. And I'm not saying Shivam Mavi might not pick up wickets. He might go and pick up wickets today, but Varun Chakravarti, I feel he might pick up 1 or 2 wickets. Like you said, he will be played out by the CSK bowlers, but seeing how Captain Morgan operates, if he had played an extra fast bowler today, then that means he will use that fast bowler to the death. But now he's got only Shivam Mavi and Lockie Ferguson, and Lockie bowls only 1 over towards the death. That is from 17, 18, 19, and 20. Lockie bowls 1, and Shivam Mavi bowls 2, which leaves an option for 1 spinner. So a 15th over and another over will be bowled by a spinner, which I expect could be Varun Chakravarti 1 and Sunil Narayan to bowl 1. So which might fetch you a few wickets. And in case they pick a couple of wickets each, then you're done. And in case they might even pick 1 up front and 3 wickets, and everybody will have Varun Chakravarti. So I don't think it's a great call. So why haven't you picked Bravo as a tremendous record in the final and against KKR? Yes, it's a very vital question. It's not like I haven't picked Ravindra Jadeja, and that's because of shortage of points. I do not have a like-for-like replacement with a 9.5 value player, and that's why I haven't picked neither Ravindra Jadeja nor Bravo. And Bravo, for some reason, hasn't bowled through the middle, if you know what I mean. He's just bowled 2 or 3 overs at the death. And Bravo, generally when he sees left-handers, he bowls to the long side. If you see MS Dhoni using Bravo in Dubai, which I saw against Delhi, he got a wide field, a deep point and a deep backward point, and he started bowling wide Yorkers. So when you bowl wide Yorkers, especially towards the death, the odds of the ball going for a catch or a wicket is very little. And Bravo gets all of his wickets with slower balls. If you have a short boundary to one side, those slower balls will not fetch you wickets. He does have a tremendous record. I still think he might bowl very well. He might bowl 3 overs for 25 runs, but that's not points. ட்ரீம் லெவனுக்கு டீம் சொல்லணும் ப்ளீஸ். இப்போ தானேப்பா ட்ரீம் லெவன் போட்டேன் டீம். ஆனந்த் நல்லா பாருப்பா, ஒழுங்கா இப்போ தான் டீம் போட்டு முடிச்சேன். ஃபாஃப் டுப்ளசி கேப்டனு, வெங்கடேஷ் ஐயர் வைஸ் கேப்டனு, ஃபாஃப் டுப்ளசி, ருத்துராஜ் கைக்வாட், சுப்மன் கில், அதோ டீம் வருது பாரு, ருத்துராஜ் கைக்வாட், தினேஷ் கார்த்திகை போட்டிருக்கேன். நம்ம ஊர் ஆளு அப்படிங்கிறதுனால இல்லை, எம்எஸ் தோனியா தினேஷ் கார்த்திகான்னு யோசிக்கும் போது தினேஷ் கார்த்திக் ஃபினிஷிங் நிறைய லெஃப்ட் ஹேண்டர்ஸ் இருக்காங்க, ஸோ நடுவில் போடுவாங்க. வருண் வாஸ் டேஞ்சரஸ் அகேன்ஸ்ட் தோனி. மேபி மார்கன் யூஸ் வருண் ஓவர் against Dhoni, so he might reserve his 2 overs in the end. See, look, I think CSK for sure. I have the feeling that they will push Ravindra Jadeja up the order because they're batting first. They must ideally push him because he's not batted a lot of balls, and there are not a lot of left-handers. If you look at the record of Sunil Narayan and Varun Chakravarti against left-handers, it is pretty much people who have looked to slog them, left-handers that have got out. Otherwise, there is not a lot of LBWs that they have taken. So putting a left-hander in the middle will change the line. So I think they might push the left-hander up front. And yes, I'm telling you, and I'm telling you this for sure, MS Dhoni will not come in against Sunil Narayan and Varun Chakravarti. He will leave himself late to come and attack Shivam Mavi and Lockie Ferguson. He will want to use his other batters through the middle to counter spin. Ashwin Bhai, big fan from Bangladesh. Thank you, Zizan Islam. Thank you so much. And yeah, that's the Dream 11 Khelo Dimaag se team for me. And I'm going to go and have a lot of fun playing my fantasy with my friends. Hope you're also going to have a lot of fun. If there are any questions, I'll just have another, maybe a question or two before I finish this live, and hope you've enjoyed it. Why can't Hazelwood play for Deepak Chahar since he hit the deck bowler and has good records? Fair question. But again, I've gone with par score for CSK Ash. I think it's about 175 to 180 at the very bare minimum, I think. Because it's a final, I'm saying this. Otherwise, I might even say 190. But I think 175 to 180 is a good score for a final. That's about par, I must say. I don't know what P-Dog will say. P-Dog might come up and say 183 is par or something. I don't know the exact numbers. But for the previous question with regards to Hazelwood, yes, it's a great option. Hazelwood is a high-quality bowler, international quality bowler. But the reason I picked Deepak Chahar is I think most people playing Dream 11 might end up picking Deepak Chahar. Because of the reason that he swings the ball up front, and both Venkatesh Iyer and Shubman Gill are tall batsmen and have generally played hit the deck bowlers well, which includes Kagis Rabada, Andrik Nortje, and Avesh Khan, who are all hit the deck bowlers. But swing bowlers who can get them out have cost them some trouble in the past. So I think they might cost them some trouble. Mid-show review, it's very nice to get a cricketer's perspective. I already did a live today for the match for a fun way, and this is a Dream 11 Khelo Dimaag episode for fantasy. So that's my team. Use your hunch. Think of whatever I've had to say and go make your team and have fun. Cheers. Take care.